Hello everybody! I actually wasn't planning on making a video today, but I saw something that I just haven't seen before. And honestly, I really don't understand how it's possible, so maybe you guys in the comments will help me kind of understand what's going on here. There's very little information about the product I'm going to show you today, and some might not think it's super revolutionary, but there is one component of it that just blows my mind. I can't wrap my head around it. And I think it really shows us the direction that we are headed in, because it's taking a concept that we already understand about AI, text-to-image generation, and it's flipping one part of it on its head, and it just changes the way you think about it and the way you see image generation. Well, let's just jump in and take a look at what we're seeing here. So viewers, here is the website in question. It's known as PicFinder Infinite Image Generation powered by AI. Very, very dead simple. There's nothing complex about this website at all, and I think that's what they're going for. I think it's intentional. There is no payment system at all. There's no way to send these guys money other than just by donating, and they say your generosity keeps us going, so I assume they plan on keeping this free. And there's really no settings involved, which keeps things very simple, but this is like a different way of experiencing text-to-image generation. So we obviously have our prompt here. We can type something in. There's the prompt, a cute kitten eating a lemon photography. Let's see how it goes by pressing this little button. And once we press this button, images begin to generate. And they generate very quickly, as you can see. They are just flying down here. There's no shortage of them. So that's the party trick with this website. It generates a ton of Stable Diffusion images extremely fast, like extremely fast. Faster than Stable Diffusion's own website, and faster than any other text-to-image website I've ever seen. It almost seems like it's search. And I mean, PicFinder kind of insinuates that it's search, but I really think these images are being generated in real time because they all are based off of this one prompt, and I doubt that many people have run this exact prompt in a row. So yeah, within 30 seconds we got, let's see, 6, 12, 18, 24. It honestly just keeps going on and keeps generating. The longer you scroll, the more images you get. And thus you actually do end up with some pretty decent generations just by sheer number of generations. You see, normally when we talk about quality with text-to-image AI, it's all based on, oh, I'm going to do one prompt with 4 images and see how often one of those 4 images is a good result. Because when you're generating with Midjourney, it takes quite a lot of time, so you only want to generate the same prompt, you know, maybe 3-4 times max to get a good image. This website, PicFinder, you don't have to worry about the speed of image generation because it's just going to keep generating, and you don't have to worry about credits or running out of generations. You can just keep going. It's truly an infinite exploration of the latent space of the AI model. So with the higher chance rates here, you just end up with better image results at the end of the day, quicker. And you can explore creative ideas much faster because you're able to look at so many more images. You're able to generate them so quickly, and you're able to see, like, there's actually quite a lot of decent images. It's very easy, by the way, to either just save them like that, or you can straight up download them to your PC. And yeah, I do believe this is Stable Diffusion. And they also do, by the way, have one setting here known as image size, square, tall, or wide. I don't know how they're able to get this image generation this quickly, because I was under the impression that the fastest you could generate these images is with Stable Diffusion's own site, and it'd be like 5 seconds for 4 images. This is just on another level of speed. You can just really see all the different ways a single prompt can be conveyed by the text-to-image generator, and it's completely free. There's no pressure, there's no worry about, oh, I'm going to run out of credits. Oh, I need to make sure my settings are perfect because it takes forever to generate this image. You just start to explore with prompts. Let's see what happens. If I type in the prompt, photo of an apple, that is an extremely simple prompt. We know what that should look like, but you'll be surprised by the creativity of the AI model and all the different ways that single prompt can be interpreted. And here the generations start to come in, and you just start to see the ways that it interprets it in different fashions. You know, this is basically what we expect to see, but, oh, I never thought about, you know, the Apple logo inside of an apple like that. You can see the latent space and the way it imagines a certain prompt very, very clearly. Classically, my quote-unquote famous lemon prompt, which is like 3D render, lemon character relaxing on the beach, it's always been a tough prompt for Stable Diffusion to render, but since we can generate so many images, let's see how it does. Maybe we'll actually run into a good rare generation here. and they start to flow through. Most of these are pretty bad, but we're starting to see some creative results. This one's kind of interesting. I like that. Ooh, this one's not bad at all. See, again, just by the sheer number, like think about how many times we'd have to click the button in the regular Stable Diffusion generator to get all the way down to this image right here, which is actually a really good result, I think, for the classic lemon prompt. One thing I really wish they would offer is a seed, because you could take the seed out of PickFinder here for the Stable Diffusion generation and then go into something like Playground AI and start to tweak and mess with the image more to then perfect your result with the better settings and options that are on that separate website. But who knows, maybe PickFinder wants to introduce more settings onto their website, but I love the simplicity so far. I think that's really what this website has going for it, and the fact that it's completely free and effortless and worry-free. That's really what I love about this. There's nothing being pressed upon me. All right, let's try a pretty difficult prompt. This is a photo of two Shih Tzus, which are a type of dog, fighting over a cantaloupe. So we're definitely seeing dogs. They definitely represent the type of breed. This generation's actually pretty good. We got the cantaloupe and we've got the dog there, but they're not fighting over it. Let's see if we can find some more images with both dogs. And yeah, this is both dogs. They don't really seem to be fighting over the cantaloupe, though. This one almost looks like two dogs fighting over a cantaloupe. You can see this dog is almost maybe pushing this dog out of the way to reach the cantaloupe at the end. Some of these are ending up pretty funny, like this one. I just love the amount of images you get to see, because you see so much funny, interesting stuff like this one, for example. One of my favorite things to do with PickFinder is to just explore like basic ideas inside of the model. Like, what does the model think about meditation, pure bliss, and comfort? Like, what is it just gonna come up with spontaneously for that idea or concept? And you can see this is all of the different ways that it imagines this concept. And there's a lot of similarities between the images. You understand that with this prompt, at least, it's really, really pushing the singular person humanoid in the middle meditating. And I guess that makes sense based off of the prompt, but it's something that you wouldn't have necessarily anticipated fully. Most of these are very similar, but in totally different ways. You can really get an idea for how these models work under the hood by exploring them in this vast way. PickFinder almost reminds me of the original DALL-E 2, where you could just keep scrolling down and more images would be generated instead of being limited to 4 generations. This is just way more fun to explore models in this style. And ooh, I really like this image. You just find images and prompts and seeds that you really like. That's why I really wish that they provided you the seed for the Stable Diffusion image, because you can just find good seeds really easily with this. I do think it's Stable Diffusion, although it could be a custom model. So maybe that's why they're not really giving us the seed here, because this could be PickFinder's own custom model. One thing that leads me to thinking maybe it could be a custom model, this is strange. Look at the divulsion from here. The prompt simply was nuclear, and these first images here look like, you know, some kind of nuclear power plant, not super weird. And then all of a sudden, they change into just robots, and we're getting robots after robots after robots. So something is going on maybe under the hood here that is completely changing the way the images generate over time. This might be a little bit more complex than just a really fast Stable Diffusion model. But yeah, you can see that generated all kinds of different robots. You know what? Something that might be happening here is that it's doing some sort of pick-by-pick method where this image is generated based off of this one, and so on and so forth until you finally, you know, get a robot image, and then now they're all robots. I'm not exactly sure how this method is working under the hood, but something's definitely going on with that. This is a logo for an octopus, and yeah, you can see the varieties in different logo designs. Some of these are actually really quite usable, I think, and you could just see it just keeps going and keeps going with different designs. I really like the ones at the top here. We actually got really lucky, I think, with this one. This one's also really cool. These are really cool. Like, imagine like a surfboard company or something. Like these look like surfboard designs. I don't know, I'm not a surfer, but they look like they could be on a surfboard. I hope more AI companies like PickFinder engage in this. Like, I'd love to see like a blazing fast Midjourney model that just rips and generates images extremely quickly, so you could just get all kinds of ideas thrown out at you. Like, this is just a creative tool. Like, at the end of the day, it just helps you engage with the creativity of the model and get new ideas for what maybe something could look like when you're trying to generate images. Oftentimes you got to generate a lot of them, and this really cuts down on that time. And it's a new way. I shouldn't say it's a new way of doing this, but it's a different way of approaching the text-to-image generation website problem. And I'm glad to see that they're taking a different approach at this than the current competitors are. Luxury can be defined as doing more things better than anyone else. While this one isn't the most luxurious model because it doesn't do everything better than anyone else, it does do one thing better than anyone else, and that is the speed of its image generation and the ability to explore the creativity of the model at hand. So yeah, fantastic work. Go try out PicFinder. It's definitely a blast to explore creativity. Have fun, and I'll see you guys in the next video.